Tell your sister how you feel.
I feel better.
How better?
Yeah. Need some feet all the way on the floor? There you go. Good. You bend this elbow. Straight. Put your wrists. Good. And your fingers. Good. Hold back up. Let's do this one. One second though. Twist it up here. Okay. Go up as high as you can. This foot. Just show me what you can do. Good. Go again. How about your elbow? You're gonna cheat. Hold on.
Alright guys, so finally made it out of the rehab here at Renown. What a great team. I'm really grateful. My wife's picking me up. I got promoted to passenger. I can't drive. When you get a stroke, by the way, they report to the DMV that you can't drive because you got a stroke. So I've been promoted to passenger. We'll see how long that lasts. We'll do everything. I'll do everything in my power to try to be able to get to drive again. And this is my beautiful wife, Jasmine. Where are we going, Jasmine?
We're going home.
Oh, you look pretty. So are you excited, Jasmine, to do everything for me?
Shit, I'm not doing everything for you.
You better.
No, I'm not.
So no, I'll come right back.
Te trago la chingada pa atrás.
I'll come right back.
I'll bring you back. We'll see how long that lasts.
They love me here, and they took really good care of me.
I bet they did.
And some of them are great looking.
Yeah, like your nurse. The nurse you had the other day, she's gorgeous. Pero tampoco don't take advantage.
So I'm back in the real world. First day, day one.
Do you guys have an idea what it is?
No.
Okay, you guys can turn around and you guys can look at the Christmas tree.
It's a robot. Oh no.
Dad! Let's look at that!
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the vlog. This vlog's not going to be like the usual common ones. I'm actually recovering from COVID, stroke. I guess you can say now I'm a stroke survivor. Crazy, right? So I'm about to tell you guys the experience I had, and you guys are going to hear it from some of my close friends and family. Get vaccinated, but at your own risk, I guess you can say. You know, no matter what you feel, at the end of the day, the vaccines will at least keep you from getting worse in the hospital. So if you get them, that outweighs what you think. I'll tell you, if you have the shots, it'll help you at least avoid getting severe symptoms. Anyway guys, well, I'm here with Jeff, one of my close friends, and I wanted him to share his experience from what he was going through when I was sick. He got to see me when I guess what you could say, when I had the stroke, half of my face was numb. which I didn't even realize.
Our first call we got, and about our friend David's situation was, they said that hey, he had COVID and he's not in a good way. That right there kind of hit a little bit harder for me and my wife Apple, just because before we got that news, I found out my mentor actually passed away from COVID. In my mind, I was like, oh man, you stubborn old man, you probably should go get that damn vaccine or at least go to the hospital if you weren't in a good way, And with my wife, she actually lost her supervisor and also mentor a year before when the vaccine wasn't even available. So
And you knew I wasn't vaccinated, right?
we didn't know.
No?
We didn't know that actually. That one actually came to a shock to us because, like 2 weeks before we were all just hanging out, a kid's birthday party, and it's just like, we're all healthy, enjoying each other's company, and it's like, for us to hear, it's like, wait a minute, somewhat like we assumed. So I was like, oh no, he's got to be vaccinated, he should be fine. But then when they said that your condition got worse, I was like, uh-oh, does this vaccine stuff work? What is this? I just got a booster now. but yeah, when we found out that David, I was like, oh no, man, let's, I already had a few family losses, and I'm like, I don't want to lose another friend. You know what I mean? So for the most part, I was just like, more or less in my prayers. Kept David in my prayers, kept my family in my prayers, and yeah, just trying to get through it mentally anyway.
So you guys actually got together and FaceTimed me, that was really cool. You guys sent me a care package. Thank you, and you brought me wheelchairs. Thank you again.
Yeah.
What did you think when you guys saw me on video?
Honestly, it was hard because normally, when we see our friend David, we're all smiling. We have things to talk about, current events in each other's lives, try to keep with each other, and then seeing David in his kind of like quarter state. I can't say half state because it felt like he was only a quarter there, and it was more or less like it was a realization, like a slight possibility that comes through your mind where, oh man, we might actually lose a friend here, somebody who we surround ourselves with, you know what I mean? More or less like when you're at a campsite and you see a fire, everybody goes to the fire, right? That fire might not be there, like next trip or whatever. So more or less feeling of helplessness, really, what's it called? Whatever we could do, we're willing to do. More or less, like, hey, if we asked you, like, hey, if we need anything, or I believe Marty asked Jasmine if we needed anything, and you guys told us about your situations. I suffer from gout. I hear David needed a wheelchair, so I got my wheelchair and lend them to him, and it's all good. It's a small gesture on my part. I mean, more or less, like, it's one of those feelings where, like, you're upset that something's happening to somebody, and then, like, the feeling of helplessness that you can't do anything about it. It's like it's really easy. Like, if you have a friend who's like that comes up to you and says, hey, this guy punched me in my face. It's like, okay, let's go get him. Yeah. Let's go get him. At least there's a target there. But with this situation, there was nothing. We're trying to smile, but it's hard. It was really hard for us to smile and see our friend, hurt. Honestly, I'm thrilled to see David standing, walking around. Last week we just went to Cars and Coffee. That was awesome. He was out there shaking hands. Honestly, like, really just making, like, I don't know if he might notice, but I don't know what I noticed from Cars and Coffee. Like, people I've never met, people I probably would never even talk to, would come up to David and, they would hold down a conversation, and it was just more welcoming. Just watching David talk to somebody I don't know, probably will never know, but at some level, like, he's able to communicate with others on a human level and a personal level at the same time, So,
you know, Jeff also believes in getting the vaccines. They actually assumed that I had them. A lot of people ask why I never got them, and the short answer is I had a gut feeling. And when I say gut feeling, like I would say God, but I felt that it would give me problems with my blood. Like I felt I would get a blood clot. I don't know why. I never researched it or looked it up. I would hear things. I didn't even know COVID could give you blood clots, to be honest, or vaccines. But I just had a bad feeling about it, and I told my wife, well, God will let me know when it's time for me to get them. And I think the time is here. I actually got my flu shot about 2-3 weeks ago, and I was able to get my first COVID shot yesterday, actually, so you guys know. So that's a start. And was I a little nervous? Yes, because, you know, COVID is what gave me blood clots, which caused, what happened to me is I had a blood clot in my brain, which caused bleeding, which caused the stroke. So imagine getting a vaccine that has the virus in it. Technically, yeah, I was a little nervous, you know, I was concerned throughout the day. Today I woke up fine. My body ached a little bit, but that was it. The only things you think about when I felt like you could say I felt like I was fading away, like almost died. The only thing you think about, I'm gonna tell you, is your family, your close friends, and that's pretty much it. Like you don't think about anything else. You're just thinking of what scenario is the next step. Are you gonna make it through? Are they gonna put you in a ventilator? You know, I actually thought maybe this is probably how I die. Did I regret not having the vaccines? No. You know, you gotta own up as a man, own it. You made decisions in your life that got you there, and that's where you stand because of your decisions. So you can't back up from your decisions that you made, right? So you own them. You own your decisions, and that's all there is to it. Like there's no regrets. You can't regret it when you're in the hospital in ICU or in the emergency room. Oh, now I regret it. No regrets. Like everything was meant to happen the way it did, and I made it out. I survived. So I'm a stroke survivor.
What's up, DGV? I got my Modelo.
Courtesy of
Modelo time.
And Paul.
And Paul Wall. Paul Wall. Yay. With the crystal ball. Okay. When I first heard about the news, it hit hard. The plan was to get together and make what was it called? A
Care package?
Care package, you know, of everything that David likes. We told Luis that we would be over to the house that night to drop off the care package. So when we got there, we thought of an idea. Hey, why don't we, you know, face chat with our brother David, you know, see how he's doing. I do remember saying that at the time Raiders were number 1 in their division, and then David said, how long was I out for? So that kind of gave us, you know, sense of hope that he was going to get better, and he was still there.
When Luis first told us about the news, damn, out of all people, like David, like, you know, what the hell, like, but it's like David's not all there. You know, we're trying to have a conversation with David, and you know, he's supposed to be like this funny guy. He's supposed to be like cracking jokes, this and that. But it's like, you know, half of him was there, half of him was somewhere else. So for us to try to talk to him when we're doing the group chat, you know, part of David's face was kind of like sagging a little bit, and you know, for us to just go through that, it was it sucked.
But being in the hospital, you look at it and seeing the care package you guys dropped off, it makes you value who your friends are in life, you know? It makes you realize, like, damn, I feel like we have to step it up and celebrate more of each other's lives. Because we're that important to each other, I would say. Birthdays, barbecues. You know, we had a great barbecue not too long ago, right before summer ended. And that's one of the things that I kept remembering, like, man, those are my true friends right now in my life, you know, like my brothers, as you guys say, right? So because we spend more time with each other probably than some of our own family too. So and when I hang out with you guys, I could actually talk about whatever I want to talk with you guys and laugh as hard as I want to, and I feel really comfortable. Be myself pretty much. And that's what I consider you guys like my family, you know. So to me, it meant a lot when you guys dropped off the care package, you know, the orange juice. I see you guys dropped off some.
Not orange fury.
So, some of you guys included some Nismo GTRs in there.
Yeah.
Who was that? You guys know? Yeah.
Did you get 2 or 1?
2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody wanted to keep me in.
I gave 1 to Enzo and I played with 1.
That's cool.
But they were cool. So thank you. Thank you guys for the care package and the support. Those gestures, as small as they seem, they're huge when you're sick, when you feel like you're dying technically. So to me, those gestures went like above and beyond. Like, it feels really good when you're sick and you feel like you're dying and then somebody actually reaches out. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I learned that that's a lesson for me, that when somebody's sick and they're not doing too well, it feels really good to call them, pick up the phone, text them. And you guys went above and beyond, you know, like getting a care package together. Those are the things that matter when you're sick, because you're not remembering too much, and those are the things that stand out, and they'll stand out forever, pretty much, you know.
The fact that we can joke about it now compared to how you were before is, you know, it's a huge deal. You know, it makes us very happy that we have you here with us. Obviously, I mean, they know. Like, I was speechless when I first saw you on video. Like, I didn't know you were sick until that day we messaged you, you know, we called you. Actually seeing you on videos when it really hit me, you know, that you were actually that sick. Because you hear about a lot of people getting sick from COVID, and for most people it's just like getting a cold or something like that, you know, it's nothing too crazy. But for those few that really get sick, it's until it happens to somebody close to you is when you actually see it. Yeah.
But you had all your shots and everything, right?
Yeah, I did. We recommended Jasmine to take you just because we did notice that half of your face didn't have as much movement as the other side, which seemed like a stroke to us. And we told her that you should go to the hospital and get checked out. And and it turned out that you did have one. So, but I mean, the important thing is that you're here with us today.
We can joke about it.
We can joke about it, and it's just something that stays in the past, you know. We can live from it, you know, learn from it, and do better.
Yep.
I thank God, you know, for him being the way that he is now, for everything that he went through. Like what our brother David always says, life is a journey.
That's part of our chapter, you know, we gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Continue to make more memories.
Exactly. And, you know, let's just keep moving forward. Salute.
Thank you. So I don't remember everybody's name, but shout out to everybody that helped me get back on my feet. Thank you. Definitely a crazy experience. Makes you value life even more. It enhanced my outlook in life. I would say I already value life in general. That's why I'm always trying to be positive, because I love life. I love being alive. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is a life you guys want to be living and enjoying to the fullest. You realize things that you didn't realize before, like places you could be at when you're old, you know, like the physical therapy place. I was the youngest person there. I got a fever, I got pneumonia. I started having a cough. I started coughing really bad one day in the bathroom. My wife would ask me why would I kind of make my face like that when I would cough, because I would feel like a huge, like a migraine on top of my head. And then one day I was in the bathroom, I was coughing, I passed out, and that's when they took me to the ER the first time. They checked me out for COVID and all that stuff. I was positive. They did test me like a week prior to that when I started getting the symptoms, and I tested negative, but I knew there was something going on with me. I had a fever. I couldn't get off the bed. I couldn't walk. I think when I passed out in the bathroom and I fell back in the shower is when I probably had my stroke. Probably lack of oxygen because I couldn't catch my breath. And then I ended up in the hospital and they put me in the MRI machine. The second time I went to the ER, and they told me that my brain was bleeding. So what happened is COVID thickened the blood, causing a blood clot in the brain, causing the veins to rip, and it was bleeding. So the brain was bleeding. When they put me in the MRI, that's what they found out, that I was bleeding from the brain, which was, I mean, I was kind of out of it, but I think it's pretty crazy to hear that your brain is bleeding. You know, I mean, it's kind of scary, I guess you can say. But yeah, luckily for me, like, I'm here to talk about it, and I was paralyzed, you can say, from my left side of my body for like a month. I couldn't really move my arm or my leg at all. That sucked. So using a urinal with one hand was horrible. The food in the hospital was not that great for me. I mean, it tasted good, but I started getting kind of grossed out until I went to the therapy area. The food was super good quality, and then they started working with me on how to get better and strengthen my arm and my leg. I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair for a little bit and a walker. I was not allowed to get out of the bed by myself. I had to push a button to have somebody help me go take a shit or go piss. Every time I wanted to go piss, if I couldn't use the urinal, I would have to ask for assistance. If I wanted to take a shit or a shower, I was never allowed to take a shower by myself at the physical therapy place. Jasmine got promoted to wiping my ass, and and she could actually shower me, but it was like step by step. She had to be released and trained how to do it. Yeah, but I couldn't do that stuff on my own because I was not safe to do it. I was what do they call it, fall risk in the beginning. I actually fell in the hospital one time. Yep, I met a lot of good people there. A lot of good people, nice people. Hey, this is my beautiful wife, Jasmine. She's a huge help behind the scenes. So I wanted to ask her some questions just to kind of conclude this vlog and move on. So it's been a year and 2 months, and I've been adding on to this vlog. Again, I didn't know what the future looked like. I don't know, because everybody recovers differently from strokes and everybody has different strokes. I didn't have an answer on what was going to happen here. That was the challenging part. That's why this vlog took a while to make. I didn't have the motivation in the beginning. I didn't have the physical ability to create any content. So thank you for being patient and waiting for me to come back again. If you're still a supporter of the vlog, thank you. If you're a new supporter, thank you as well. I'm very happy and I'm ready to move on. I can't wait to make new content for 2023. We're in 2023 now as of today. Today's the first of the year. Happy New Year. How was the experience for you overall? How would you describe the whole experience?
It was scary at the beginning. Then it was very overwhelming, and then at the end I could breathe because you were actually at the hospital. They were taking care of you, and I knew they were watching you 24/7, so I knew you were okay.
So I'm stronger than ever. My experience was amazing, I would say, because of what I learned and my results. You know, not everybody recovers the same, so the fact that I was able to recover the way I did, that's why my experience was amazing. Thank you again to everybody that was helping, sending messages on a daily basis. Thank you, Jasmine, for being there. And me and her would get into arguments when I first got sick because I felt like I was there forever. So I would tell her, hey, carry me to the living room, and she would say I can't, and I would tell her, well, can you at least make the effort? And again she would say I can, and we would argue. Like, she says we got divorced like 2 or 3 times during that time because I wanted to get off the bed, but I couldn't get off the bed.
He would use that word, you don't love me. If you love me, you would do it for me.
So imagine not being able to get off the bed and walk. So when Jeff brought the wheelchairs, it was very exciting for me because I was like, hey, now you have a wheelchair, you can take me to the living room.
Yeah, but when I put you in the chair, you couldn't even stay still. You would get tired. You couldn't be sitting down in the chair. The max you stayed was 15-20 minutes, and then you wanted me to move you to the couch, and he wanted me to pick him up so he can walk. It was like taking care of another baby.
I was her fourth child, she said.
Yes.
I also, so you guys know, because a lot of people ask, I've never had health issues in my life. I'm blessed every day. I'm not lucky. I want to make that clear too. I'm not lucky. I'm blessed to be here every day. By God, I'll say, you know. So, how difficult was it for you to take care of me while I was at the house sick? And we were at the house for how long?
We were at the house for, so the first time you got sick, it was that we took you to the hospital was Nevada Day. Last year. Nevada.
2021.
2021. That was the first time we took him. He stayed there overnight, and then when they sent us back home, he was with oxygen. He stayed about a week in the house. He couldn't move at all.
From my left side.
From his left side. So it was really difficult for me because I had to like manage myself to carry him or move him around the bed because he couldn't even get up to use the restroom. So it's really difficult. What was crazy about it, he was sleeping, he wouldn't even realize, but he would legit get up and he would try to like go pee. There was this one time where I was sleeping and I heard on my dresser, it has like little handles, and I heard it like moving, and then when I woke up, I saw him standing in the corner of the bed taking a piss, like randomly on the carpet. So I had to get up, and
so
like,
that was the crazy thing, that I could get up when I was sleeping. It's like sleepwalking. I'll tell you guys like this, I didn't feel like I was 100% in my head. I felt like it's gonna sound weird to some people, but I felt like my soul was detaching from my body, and my mind was somewhere else. It's like very hard to describe, and unless you're spiritual or very religious, you probably won't understand it. I mean.
Yeah.
But I wasn't all there in my head. It was like Jeff said, I was like a quarter there. I wasn't really there.
Yeah. And then that was that day, and then I think it was like 2-3 days after, he was too much. He was just so annoying that he wanted to take a shower, because he was just asking to take a shower. So I helped him get up. I took him to the bathroom, and I helped him take it. I asked him if he needed help take a shower. He said, no, I just want to lay in the tub. I said, okay, that's fine. You can lay in the tub, but you gotta tell me, you gotta let me know that you're gonna be fine when you're done, so you can get out of the shower. And he said, yes, I'll be fine.
She didn't believe I could get out of the shower.
Of course I didn't.
She said
it was the worst.
If I take you there, will you be able to get out? Yes, absolutely.
And no, he couldn't. He couldn't fucking get out of the tub. Like, it was the worst feeling ever, because he's bigger than me, like a little taller than me, and he's more stronger than me.
A lot stronger, by the way.
So it was really hard for me to get him out. So the only way I could get him out of the tub was for me to put like a towel on the edge of the tub, and he actually like got over it, like hugging it, and I had to pull the towel in order for me to help him get out of the tub. It was so overwhelming for me, because that's when it hit me, and I thought to myself, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be my life from now on. It was so hard. Like, so many things crossed through my mind, thinking like he's not gonna be the same anymore, and this is gonna be my life. I'm gonna have to, like, rearrange everything, rearrange my life to accommodate his needs. So it was just really, really hard for me. I remember,
thought I was gonna be handicapped forever, and I wasn't gonna be able to drive, pretty much.
Yes, I did.
It's not funny.
So that day, I told him, you need to like help me, because I can't do it by myself. So we argued in the bathroom for the longest time. I think we argued for like 30 minutes, because he just gave up. He couldn't do it. So he stayed. I left him in the shower. I left him in the bathroom floor for maybe an hour, because he wouldn't get to his.
Well, at this point, she's kind of skipping. I had made it out of the bathtub. We had a bathtub. So I made it out. We were able to together manage to.
No, I pulled you out.
She dragged me, I guess.
Yeah, I dragged you with the towel. I did
me.
it because you didn't have no strength.
She dragged me with the towel, and she left me there thrown like a dog on the ground for like an hour.
So I told him, I was like, you know what? You're just being so rude. I'm just gonna leave you here so you can think about what you want and what you want to do, and if you're gonna help me. So I left the room. I came to the living room, and I was so very overwhelmed. I couldn't believe it. It was just so hard for me. And I'm not gonna lie, I did cry. Because I never thought in my life that I was gonna be going through this, or that he was gonna be going through this, and it was hard for me. I can only imagine how hard it was for him.
She had a front row seat to what was happening to me. Obviously, I lived it, right? So you won't 100% understand it unless you go through it, I'll say. But she saw the whole thing, obviously. The only one that saw the whole thing. My favorite place when I first came back, guys, was this couch right here. And you can ask her, when we first got home from the hospital, she thought she was like my police officer, like my security guard, my bodyguard or something. She thought, like, she took it serious. Like, she didn't want to let me go outside. It was
well, they told me I have to be behind. You have to watch him 24/7. Like, if he gets up, we don't want him to get hurt, because if he falls and hits his head, it could be really bad. So I was like, crap. She
went out one day and she left me all alone by myself here in the house. Obviously, I'm not a little kid, right? So she went to the store to go get something, and she took the car keys. She hit him or something.
Yeah.
Because she knew, knowing me, I'm a car enthusiast. I was gonna start.
I hid all the keys for his car, all of them.
The way I see it is the cars need to be started, right, guys? You car guys and girls, you guys know those cars need to be started and heated, right? The batteries die. I want the fuel circulating and the coolant. So she took the keys, or she hid them.
I did.
And sure enough, I did get up, and I was barely walking.
You were just waiting for me to leave so you could do that, because I wasn't gonna let you do that here.
So I wanted to go start the tow truck, and it was a no-go. I couldn't find the keys. But I'm glad to be back. I'm really looking forward to 2023. I'm pretty sure we're missing a lot of things, but we don't want to make this extremely long. Do you want to throw something else in there? Do you want to say something right now? I mean, I could always edit it out.
Yeah, like the time you pissed on my face.
No.
Yes, say it.
I did a lot of things that I don't remember, guys. I wasn't 100% in my head. Spiritually, I think my spirit, my soul was somewhere else. And I did a lot of stuff, I guess, when I was laying in bed and crazy stuff that I don't even know I did. When she told me that I did that, I don't want to go into the details, but no need to, I guess. But I guess when I was asleep, I guess I pissed on my wife. You know, I mean, that's kind of crazy. And she's laughing, right? That's how crazy we are. This is what 17 years of marriage will do to you. No, we're just happy to be together and being healthy, and we had a great 2022. To me, the year 2022 went by like that, like super fast. Like life's going by. It's like the older you get, like the faster it goes. Stay tuned for more great footage and content for 2023. I'm actually very pumped up, and I recently feel like I got more energy.
When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Hey, come on, yeah. I don't want the pain, a two-step with me, come on. Two-step with me, come on. Do what you tell me. Actually, 1, 2, 3, talk to me. Man, I come to this game and to change your brain. Man, I come to the game and to change the game.
Ain't no more waiting up. day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay.
Fuck COVID.
I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done, cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want.
There's not a single day that passes without you on my mind. Not even 1 minute can end up before you come around. I yearn for the days when I see your face, you before me. I long for the times you held me in your arms. Whoa. I wish that you were here to give me everything I want, but I know that life's unfair and we can't always have it all. Whoa, whoa, I wish that you were here. Whoa, whoa, I wish that you were here. 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 There's not a single day that passes, not even 1 minute can end up.
I strongly believe that, like I said, my friends, my wife, doctors, and science is why I'm here. You know, God still wants me here, so this is why I want to communicate this to you guys.